welcome. This is really an exciting time for us, and we are going to have lots of different people speak about how amazing and excited we are to have this new facility. As your superintendent and been in North County for a while, way back in '99, visiting here and watching my own children play, it's just an amazing thing to see what the community has done together to make this facility happen. And today we're going to have a few different people speak about this and how excited they are. I'd like to welcome Linda Lyons, our board president, to come on up and say a few words.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here this morning. I appreciate your support and all the kids being here, excited about all of this. And I just wanted to share a little bit of the history. Was here when this high school was built. My husband was one of the original teachers here, and he remembers when they would start a game down here because we had no lights, and the staff, it would get dark, start to get dark, so the staff and parents would bring their cars and park them all around and shine their headlights down on the field so they could finish up the game in the dark. And that's where we've come from. So when you look at this and I think about that, we have done amazing things here in this district and for this high school and for our kids and our students. And that's our number one reason for doing this. It's not about anything except the kids. And the kids that we have in this district, the ones that are here now, the little ones that are on their way coming up, that we can provide the very best for them. Our kids and our community deserve the best. And I feel like that we've proven to them now that we can do that we can give you the best. And I thank you again for your support and for the community support. Thank you.
Good morning. This is definitely a highlight, and I am so excited because, again, there's many of you out there who are alumni, just like myself, and I'm the second class that graduated here, so that tells you how far back that is. But you know what? I know a lot of you guys are thinking about this, so I might as well say it. It's about time. And it is so well deserved. I mean, I walked in here today and I thought, wow, this is, okay, there goes all my stuff. Anyways, I walked in today and I thought, this is just amazing. All these years, coming to all the football games, I've had 3 children that have graduated through here. I have one more sitting in the audience here that'll be able to experience this, on Friday night. I know these kids were able to practice last night. He came home so excited. And I just can't wait to see what's going to happen on Friday night, how the community is going to appreciate everything and all the hard work that everyone's done behind the scenes to make this happen. So again, if it wasn't for the community support and supporting Measure H, helping us to accomplish all the goals, this is one of the major projects that a lot of work went behind the scene. And I have to acknowledge Rick Diaz here, who did a lot of work behind the scenes as our construction manager, and Kari and the staff. I mean, they worked so hard because we all know there was a lot of obstacles along the way that pushed this project back. This stuff sitting in 3 feet of water for I don't know how many months. And so there was a lot of people involved to work really hard to get this done because our kids deserve it. And our kids are going to see how our community came together that believes in making them have something special for them to be proud of, to be excited, to be motivated. And that is going to change the culture here at North County every time somebody comes out and participates in this field, along with everything else that has happened here. So thank you for supporting us. I hope you continue to support our future goals in Measure E and F, because there's so much more that needs to be done, but our kids deserve it. Thank you.
Good morning. What a great day. I am just so excited to be here. And the last time I was here, we were having a storm, as we seem to have. And the winds were blowing and the kids showed up and packed the gym. But today is an amazing day. I've sat out here not for the football as much as for the track and the cross country when my kids were here. And the one thing I know is North County strong. And I commend the Board of Trustees, I commend the superintendent, and I commend the community. You've had the character, the courage, and conviction to stand behind what needs to happen for our community, and you're doing it again and again. As Martha just indicated, we have another bond coming up. But it's true, our kids deserve this. We as a community have always been child-focused. And you all, the young people here that are enjoying North County, are the ones that are the beneficiaries, because no matter where I have gone throughout this county, we have always seemed to have an inordinate support to be very child-focused, very community-centered. Our community has revolved and evolved from this very place. So just, Linda stole a little bit of my thunder. For those of you who weren't here in the Wayback Machine, I was going to give you one quick illustration about how appropriate it is that we're having this today, not only for homecoming coming up, but in honor of the fact that on October 25th, 1978, North County opened its doors. We've had a history of mud. They didn't have the money to put the paths. They didn't have the overhangs. We didn't have the ability to finish the project. But that didn't deter us, because we had our own school. We had our community school that had been promised again and again and again and hadn't happened. So what did we do as a community? We came together, united. We formed our own K-12 district, and from there we've just gone sky high. So it doesn't stop with us today. It stops by all the families continuing to support their children at home with their homework, but to support them in the ballot box when the bond comes forward. So I'd like to give a round of applause to the Board of Trustees and to the Superintendent for having character, courage, and conviction to help this be a reality today. Please join me.
And I want to personally thank Judy Pennycook and the Monterey County School Boards, because as you know, they support all of the districts in Monterey County, but in particular, Judy's been very supportive here to make sure that North County gets the support and the services, so thank you, Judy. So now I'd like to move on to a couple of our key community leaders who've been part of this from the very beginning and continue forward. I'd like to invite Lorena Miranda down to speak about her work as kind of a chair for the Measure H committee. We passed Measure H, and then she's also been participating on our bond oversight team. So come on down and share what you think about our new project.
Well, thank you everybody for being here this morning. I can't really say anything different than what everybody else has said up here, except the fact that we really appreciate the community's support. Measure H not only brought this project together, but has brought many others together. This is obviously something that we worked so hard to accomplish, and as everybody else up here has said, our community and our kids deserve this, and there's still so much more work that needs to be done. So please continue to support the children and the community in this area, and get out to vote on November 7th, please. Thank you.
I don't have to say much more than it's been said already. You know, it's look behind me. It's a great. So, what do you think, kids? Yeah. So, and it was all for you, of course, and the community really supported us on this endeavor. One of the things I was happy to see is our scoreboard. It's arrived, but that's what was part of the school also. School kids worked for that under the leadership of my daughter, Yvette. Where is Yvette? Is she hiding somewhere? And I take some credit that she should take credit for. She really has helped a lot, and she continues to work a lot. And of course, we're not done yet. We're definitely not done yet. We need more work that has to be done. I attended Moss Landing School way back in the 50s, so I go back a long time in this district. All my grandkids, my daughters, all of them went to the school district. I ended up going to high school in Salina because there was no high school in those years. And there was only 2 high schools in Salinas at that point in time. So, but we can't stand still. Our kids are coming in, and we need room, obviously. So we definitely need the community to support us to continue building new schools. And but getting back to the field, a picture's worth 1,000 words. This is even live, not even a picture. So thank all of you, thank the community for supporting us, and hopefully we can continue supporting our kids in the future. Thank you.
So we wanted to ask some of our coaches to speak. I'm not sure if Chhoun Gomes is here. No, he's not here, but he will be here Friday night. I know he was here last night, so I'm sure he's super excited about what's going on here, and he's probably focused on getting all of our students ready for the big game. But he's been a really supportive member of giving us input into what he needed to have here, as well as a couple of our other key people. So moving on to another great sport, cross country and track and field, I'd like to invite Gus Ibarra to come on down and speak about what he feels about this new project and our 8-lane track that we got.
Thank you. What a nice surprise. Good to see everybody here. So 20 years ago, I got married and we had a newborn baby, and we took a job in California. We were from Utah. And in Utah, it snows, if you don't know Utah very well. So we have to have all-weather tracks. It's just part of the schools. So I was used to all-weather tracks, and I ran track. And so I took a job at San Benito High School in Hollister and showed up my first day, and I'm looking around campus, and I'm like looking for the track, right? I want to see where the track's at. So I go, and there's a dirt track. And I'm like, horse racing? I don't know what's going on. I had no idea that there were still dirt tracks in the United States. And so I found out quickly that in California, a lot of schools had dirt tracks. And so that was new to me, and it was kind of weird. So a couple years later, we were rivals with North Monterey County, right? And so Roger O'Sullivan, which many of you know, legendary coach here at the high school, and I become great friends. And he said, Gus, you need to come to North County. And I said, why? You know, Hollister's amazing. He's like, no, North County's amazing. And as we got to know each other and our teams got to know each other, I saw that North County was truly amazing. So in 2001, I came over to North County, and it's been an amazing ride ever since. So having this is quite the Christmas for us, right? Chalking the track, you know, it takes about 3 to 4 hours to prepare for a track meet. Is something I'm not gonna miss at all. I'm super excited just to show up and have a track meet. I'm super excited for our kids, for our staff that works so hard. And we have a great tradition here that started back with Keith Condon, the original track coach. They used to practice in the parking lot. Roger Sullivan for 20 years. Last year we practiced out in the basketball block because we didn't have a place to practice. And our kids, were 180 kids practicing on a basketball court. So it shows you the type of kids we have and the type of staff. So for the kids and for the staff and for our community, we couldn't be more blessed. We're super excited. I can't believe the outpouring of alumni that are contacting me, coaches. Hey, can we coach? Yeah. Everybody wants to be a part of it, and that's what we need in this community. Everybody wanted to be involved and give back to our kids. And so I'll go ahead and announce it here, I guess. We're going to have, it's a surprise, so don't tell Roger O'Sullivan and Keith Condon, but we want to host a track meet in the spring in their honor. So we'll be announcing that to them. We'll be announcing that to them Friday night. It's when they come to the game. So they were just the pioneers of track and field here and legends, and we want to make sure that they're recognized. So that'll be in April. So if you're around, come on over. We'll have a nice track meet with them. So thank you so much to everybody who made it happen. I know it's a huge process and a huge thing for us. The superintendent, the board, you know, obviously the community, the voters that made this possible for us and for our kids. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Coach Ibarra, for all that you do. So now we want to hear from our students, right? Because I know you guys are excited. So I'd like to invite Faith Mora to come on down and say a few words about what she thinks about this and her. I think you're a track and field athlete, right?
Yeah. So good morning, everyone. I'm Faith Mora, and I'm a junior here at North County. I do cross country, basketball, and track. So I'd just like to say that I'm very excited and honored to be the first athlete from my family to compete on this track. So we're super excited. And it was definitely a struggle last season not having a facility to practice on. So we're truly thankful to everyone who made this possible. We can't thank the board, the community, our school, and the district enough for making this dream into a reality. Thank you.
And let's see, Gabriel Miranda, who was here last night practicing right on the field. I asked him, how did it feel? So come on down and tell us what you think about the field and maybe how it felt last night.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gabriel Miranda. And I don't know, it's beautiful. Last night we got the practice on and I was really excited. Everyone was happy about it. None of us even minded the conditioning we did last night. All the sprints, 100 yards, back and forth. It's just amazing. I remember my uncle was telling me stories, Hector Castellanos, our mom, talking me stories about how they used to play and how they fought back in the day and how the tradition was back in the day. And we just want to try to bring that back and have a home field again. I want to try to bring that back Friday night. Thank you.
Okay, one more for our ASB student body. Come on down, Nicole, and also a band member. So as you know, we also have marching band and cheer, and on Friday we'll have the homecoming card. So this field is for all sorts of different purposes. So yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Nicole Anastasio and I'm a thrower for track and field. I'm also a marching band member, and I just want to touch base on how amazing this is and how thankful a lot of the students are for this facility, because it's been a struggle trying to do the things that we do without a track. For example, the throwers, when it was muddy, we'd be in a little mud pit trying to throw, and it was really hard. And then once it was closed down and we were practicing up on the field, it was hard for us to throw discus because all the softball players were out there, all the soccer players were out there, so we couldn't risk them getting hit. So we had minimal time with discus throwing, and there's a lot of kids who do discus, so it was really hard on that part. So we're really thankful for this, that we have the space for us to throw. And then on behalf of the marching band, as you guys may know, we're doing a field show this year, and without the field with the yard marks, it's been really hard. Every morning we have to set out our own yard marks, estimate about where everything is. And just knowing that tomorrow and Friday that the band gets to come down here and practice for our homecoming game is amazing, because although a lot of the kids are super excited to get to be on the field and get a field show done. So thank you so much for everything, and this is pretty great. Thanks.
So I'm not going to tell you all the gory details of what we had to go through to get this field approved, but it was 5 years of my time in the making, working with 25 different agencies. As you know, we have fully protected species and all sorts of things. We're in the coastal zone. We had a 100-year storm flood last year, and so just so you know, this has been a labor of love and a passion for us. We know this was something the community wanted and they deserve, and our kids deserve, but there were a lot of people who worked really long hours for many years to make this happen, so I want to take some time to thank them. And I'd like to invite Rick Diaz on up, because Rick has been part of this project for several years, and he's going to help me thank all of the people behind the scenes.
So yes, it has been very difficult getting the permit process through, but we finally made it, right? There is a great team, here at North County, starting from the school board, superintendent, and on down. And one of the people that's been kind of in my corner the whole time and helped me out, I'd like to thank, is Leanne Reyes, Assistant Superintendent Business Services here. And then our go-to guy in the field is Mark Harris, our Supervisor of Maintenance. kind of synonymous. You hear Rick and Mark, Rick and Mark, Rick and Mark all the time. I'd like to just hear, hey, Mark, Mark, you know, not the Rick so much. But also Virginia Boyce. Kind of led our meetings here and has a very big impact on some of the design features that you see. And Christina Salaya, who's our account specialist, helping us out behind the scenes. The architect that designed the facility, the track and field, and helped us fit in a full 8-lane track when it was a struggle is Derek McKee from Verde Design. Thank you. And then we have our construction team from Robert A. Bothman. Here today we have Brian Bothman. Yeah, sorry. And Lido Umali, who's here on the field most of the time. Tony Tran, project manager, who's not here with us today. And also Moses Aguirre, who is the lead guy in the field here, who's here day to day handling all this stuff. So I'd like to give them a big thank you. I'd like to also thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of this. You know, I've been part of some very big projects, very, very large, multi-million-dollar projects, but it's these kind of projects that mean a lot to the community, and it makes me proud to be a part of it. So thank you.
So of course we want to take some time as part of this ceremony to give you a tour of, obviously you can see a few things here, but we're going to take a tour if you'd like to join us. We're going to kind of walk around the track. You can try it out. If you have those pump heels though, you're going to have to go in your bare feet. No running the track. And then we'll take you through the concession building, which is brand new, and the restrooms, press box, and just kind of get familiar with what all went into this. We have another project that's still part of Measure H. We have a few more things. So there'll be some additional team rooms coming, I think. And so there's a lot more to do. When we went out for Measure H, we identified $84 million of need in our facilities, and that didn't include all the additional students that we have right now and that we're going to be having. And we were able to have the community invest in $23 million, which part of this is this project along with lots of other things that have happened. But we still have a lot more to go, as you know, and we want to make sure that we keep working together as a community to get our students what they need and provide the environment that supports them being prepared for their future. So with that, we'd like to invite some of you to take our little tour. I also want to encourage you, we do have our opportunity to have a few people just be interviewed about what they want to say about the project. And if you are going to be doing that, if you could gather up at the top at the end, we'd like to have a moment with you just to capture your thoughts so we can share that with others. So I appreciate you being here, and there's lots of goodies and coffee, and just help me celebrate this and walk around. And I think a few people are going to do a celebratory lap. Yes? Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you. And I'd like the students, if you'd like to, be part of it, we'd like you to stay, and then I know you'll have to be going. Thank you all.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, Eric. I just want to get your thoughts on your new field.
Well, it's beautiful, first of all. I'm really excited because I know it's going to be used to its full potential so that our teams can reach their full potential, because I know North County has it in them that they'll do whatever it takes to be the best, and I know we have that.
All right, so how do you feel about playing in this amazing new field your last year?
It feels great because last year we're on the away, just pure away games the entire season, so it was hard and rough, but now that we have this, it feels great. It's a new beginning, and the whole team's excited. We got to practice on this field last night, and you could feel the energy. It feels like North County's back. We're gonna have a good game on Friday, and hope to see you guys there.
All right, so you guys are going to be the first team to actually break in this field, and does that excite you? Like,
Feels great. Just stepping on it last night, everyone's is really happening, pretty much.
All right, good luck on your game Friday.
Thank you.
Okay, so you play soccer, correct?
Yeah.
And are you excited for the new field?
Yeah, it's amazing. There's no more mud here. Like, it's turf. It's actually turf.
That sounds pretty exciting. Hello, so tell us how this is going to help your soccer career.
Well, for us as soccer players, it was always muddy here. We would always have to rotate when we would practice because there was never enough time because of track, soccer, and then we were always injured because of the holes and all the mud. So I think it's going to really motivate us to do good this year. So we're trying to go for CCS, see if we can make it. And then, yeah, it's going to be a really good motivation to have everyone come out here and have fun at the new field.
All right, that sounds exciting. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. What is your track and field emphasis?
Well, really, track and field, it's a great sport. And last year was really hard, not having a facility. So it's really an honor to actually be the first ones in track and field to use this new facility.
And do you do long distance running? Do you do?
I do throwing.
Throwing, all
yeah,
right.
throw, shot put, and discus.
That's awesome. Good luck on your season. All right, so you do track and field?
Yes, I do track and field.
All right, so you guys have a whole new track. How do you feel about that?
I'm amazed. I'm in awe. It's cool seeing this track go from a humble little dirt track to this grand, amazing turf track. And I know I'm excited to get this field into use, and I know everyone else is excited to get this field into use. So.
¿Cómo se siente usted de este nuevo adición a la escuela?
Me siento muy orgullosa de tener un campo tan hermoso porque creo que nuestros estudiantes ya se lo merecían.
Tell us about your thoughts on this field.
Well, it's a long time coming, obviously. It's been said before, and it's well worth repeating. The field was, well, to say the least, in dire straits. And this field has really brought out the spirit of the school, and it's beyond words. It's just so awesome to use of kids nowadays. I don't know what words they use, but every word they can possibly describe this field is appropriate for this field.
All right, and what can you tell us about Measure H, what it took to get here?
Well, Measure H, it took a community effort. So many to name, but it did pass a few years ago. And a lot of things were done with it. This is a good example of it. We promised the community, one of the big promises was this field. It was needed to be replaced, or same area obviously, but almost a brand new stadium. And it was a promise that was kept.
Can you tell us about the process that it took to get this amazing field?
Well, it's been about a 5-year process. As you know, our high school here is in the coastal zone, and we do have some protected species that are right next door. So we worked with about 25 agencies to develop 2 plans, a restoration project next door, and then the approval process here to upgrade our track and field, and also to expand the width of the track to get an 8-lane track, and to use a field here that could meet all of our programs, football, soccer, cross country. And so doing all of that took a lot of time and planning. And then, of course, last year we had a lot of rain, which put our project behind. So we're super excited to have this open so that we can have our football program play a couple home games before the end of the season.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. So as the principal, how do you feel about this new field?
We are excited to be opening our new stadium for the football team, track and field, soccer teams, and the community to use it. It is a long time coming from what I understand from a lot of the community, and I'm super proud to be here in this moment and have this experience with everybody who's involved.